Good day, students. Welcome to our next topic for the semester, and I'm going to be your facilitator for today, and I go by the name Opoku Samuel. Today we are coming to learn pronoun. We are coming to learn pronouns. When we talk about pronouns is defined as a word used in place of a noun or noun phrase. Pronoun is a word used in place of a noun or a noun phrase. That means any word used in place of a noun or noun phrase is termed as pronoun. Let's look at some examples of pronoun. We have he, she, it, I, we, you, they, etc. These are some of the examples of pronouns. Pronouns have been classified, or pronouns have different types. There are different types of pronouns. They are: 1. Personal pronoun. Personal pronoun to be our first type of pronoun. Let's look at some examples of personal pronoun. Let's look at some examples of personal pronoun. We have I, we, he, she, etc. These are some examples of personal pronouns. Let's look at the next one, to be possessive pronoun. We have possessive pronoun. Some examples are yours, mine, hers, theirs, and others. These are also the examples of possessive pronouns. Let's look at the third one. We have reflective pronoun. Reflexive pronoun. Our third one is reflexive pronoun. These are some of the examples. We have myself, ourselves, themselves, and others. The fourth one is indefinite pronoun. Indefinite pronoun. Examples are one, none, all, some, etc. These are some of the examples of indefinite pronoun. We have one, none, all, some, and others. The next one is relative pronoun. Relative pronoun. Some examples are who, whom, which, that, whose, and others. Some examples of relative pronouns are who, whom, which, that, whose, and others. Let's move on to the next one, that is demonstrative pronoun. Demonstrative pronoun. These are some of the examples: this, that, those, etc. Some examples of demonstrative pronouns are this, that, these, those, and others. We have reciprocal pronoun. Reciprocal pronoun. These are some of the examples: each, either, none, etc. We have reciprocal pronoun. Some examples are each, either, none, and others. The next one is exclamatory pronoun. Exclamatory pronoun. As for this one, I have only one example here. That is hot. Hot with an exclamation sign. Hot with an exclamation sign. So that's an example of exclamatory pronoun. Let's move on to the next one. That is distribute pronoun. Distribute pronoun. We have some examples to be each, either, everyone, neither, and others. Distribute pronouns. We have some examples like each, either, everyone, neither, and others. Let's look at our last type of pronoun. Our last type of pronoun. We have personal pronoun. Our last type of pronoun, we have interrogative pronoun. Interrogative pronoun. Here are some of the examples of interrogative pronoun. We have who, whose, whom, etc. Interrogative pronouns. As our last type of pronouns, we have these are some of the examples. We have who, whose, whom, etc. But today our main focus will be on personal pronouns. Our main focus on pronoun is going to be on personal pronoun. When you say personal pronoun is used for the name of a person or a thing. A personal pronoun is used for the name of a person or a thing. That means names used for persons and things are personal pronouns. Names used for persons and also things are all personal pronouns. Let's look at some examples of personal pronoun. We have I, we, you, they, he, she, it, us, mine, yours, etc. These are all examples of personal pronouns. That is names used in place of persons and things. Names used in place of persons and things. Let's move on to our next substrand. That is, let's look at the persons of personal pronouns. Let's look at the persons of personal pronouns. We have first person. First person. It uses I, we, us, me, our. First person. First person. It uses I, we, us, me, our. Let's move on to second person. The next one is second person. We have you, your, as some examples of second person. We have you and your as some of the examples of second person. Let's move on to third person. Let's move on to third person. We have he, she, it, they, him, her, his, them, their, it. These are some of the examples of third person. We have he, she, it, they, him, her, his, them, their, and it as some examples of third person. Let's look at some examples in all. These are some examples of personal pronouns in a sentence. These are some examples of personal pronouns in a sentence. The first one is, he is my friend. He is my friend. He here is representing a person's name. That is in the first. That is in the second person. He is in the second person. It represents a person's name in the sentence. The next one is, this is a black cat. This is a black cat. We have this. We have this to be our personal pronoun. We have, this is our home. This is our home. We have our here to be a first person. Our here to be a first person, which is standing for a person's name, but the person's name not mentioned in the sentence, so it has been replaced by our. So this is our home. Let's move on to the fourth one. They are eating apples. They are eating apples. They here is in the third person. They here is in the third person, representing some people whose name were not mentioned in the sentence. So we have been replaced those people's name by they. So they are eating apples. Let's move on to our last example, that is, she likes me. She likes me. She here is in the third person and me here is in the first person. She is in the third person and also me is in the first person, representing some people's name which were not mentioned in the sentence. I hope you have enjoyed the class. Since there are no questions, we will bring our class to an end. I'm urging you all to learn hard and prepare for your exams. Good luck and good day.